This video discusses Epygi's automatic call distribution software.
The Epygi IPPBX portfolio covers most of the SMB and up to small enterprise customers. Now, in the past, I would have said that a small enterprise install may have required some more advanced features, and those are the kinds of features that we've added into this latest release. So I think a lot of folks here would be excited to hear about some of these new additions. But you look at, your small remote office, home office situation, the Quadro 2X, up to 16 IP phones. As you move through, you'll see variations of analog to IP phone capacities, and then all the way at the bottom, you'll see the Quadro M32X, which is the larger product. So let's take a look at the very first feature on the list here is automatic call distribution, ACD. Now, this is focused on call centers, obviously. In the past, you may have been able to do something like this on the Quadro products, but it really would have just been with basic queuing to a single agent. There was no way to add multiple people into a group and be a group of resources to serve a purpose. So with the introduction of the ACD, you can now log in agents. Those agents can be logged into different groups. So for example, let's take Ray and myself. Ray could cover at a high percentage the sales side. I could cover some of the sales side, but at a much lower percentage, and then we'd flip-flop when we go technical. And then maybe, Ray and I are both experts in customer service. So we could actually be part of 3 different groups at different levels, and we could just log in and out of those groups when we needed to, depending upon call volume or who needed to help where. So to further enhance that, we've got a few types of call distribution. Skills-based is where I had most of my experience back at Nortel when I was with them, and it's a very powerful and creative method of distributing phone calls based on simply the skill of an agent. So like I just described with Ray and I, each of us have our different skill sets and can serve different purposes, and now we have the ability to rank people based upon those skills and distribute calls accordingly. We also have a round robin or just an all agent ring, and then there's least active as well. So the last idle and longest idle agent is also another method of distributing calls. Those agents can also be set into different states, busy if I'm on the phone, do not disturb, or away, depending upon where they are. In addition, we've added a desktop client which will report on the real-time monitoring of the call center and also have some reporting built in, so I could look and see, okay, today we're handling this many calls in this department, and let me check what the last weeks looked like. Okay, I guess we're getting more sales calls today than we have the rest of the week, that kind of thing. So we can quickly view statistics for the call center on the fly. What I already mentioned is that there's groups, so we can customize groups by department, by skill, whatever you choose, and you can pull agents into those groups. A specific agent could be part of one group or many groups. It just depends upon how you want to use that resource. The skill ranking is important. So if you do a skills-based routing, what you can do is do basically a ranking of 1 to 10 for that agent in that skill group. So it really helps you diversify your workforce and further enhance it. This is going to be a great tool for any customer that has a small call center and is looking to kind of squeeze a little bit more out of their staff. So what we're looking at is, for this kind of, for a call center, there's 2 types of call centers for our discussion today. There's an inbound and an outbound. An outbound call center, each agent might be on the phone with one person. There's nobody in a queue because it's outbound. That type of design, you can probably squeeze quite a few agents out of the 32X. The maximum call volume on that is 64 channels, so you could easily do some in the neighborhood of 50 concurrent outbound calls on an outbound call center. Inbound's a different story. You've got to keep in mind that you've got, let's say, 10 agents registered. They're all busy, and then there might be 3 groups that those 10 agents service, and those groups could have 2 to 3 to 4 people in queue. So if you just add all that up, you just got to keep in mind the call capacity. So it's really intended for your smaller boutique call centers, and quite honestly, that's a market that has been not very well covered by some of the larger ACD software out there today.